This past weekend I went and saw Fast and Furious 6. Gave me kind of a flashback of my own little street racing moment. It's funny to say that because, in Fast and Furious you would expect to see some street racing, but there wasn't much of it. That's another story. But let's talk about my own little street racing experience that shows you how stupid me and my friends were at the time. Years ago when I worked at Alamo Rental Car, I was part of my crew known as the Alamo WildBoyZ. We were known for doing insanely crazy things at work with the rental cars. Like I said, once again, we weren't the most brilliant individuals, but some of us had our own little things we like to do with the cars. One thing I got into was that one night I'm hanging at work, I'm getting off shift, and so as I pull into this one lane, Abu pops up next to me with Dennis in his passenger seat, and he looks at me and goes, I know what he wants to do. He wants to race. Now, I was not the biggest fan of Abu. I didn't hate Abu, but we had kind of like a love-hate relationship. We were always fucking with one another. We were always playing around with one another. We weren't buddies, but we weren't enemies. It was a weird kind of relationship. So I got a challenge from him. Oh, I'm going to smoke this motherfucker. This is my mindset at night, 20 years old, that I could crush him in this car, and I'm going to prove it. So we're in the lane. I jam on the gas. He jams on the gas. We're flying through the airport. Full speed, probably doing about 100 miles per hour. We hit this curve. We're pretty close. I'm looking at him like, I'm about to finish this dude. Because I know where he wants to race to. He wants to race back to base. So, I hit the turn. He hits the turn. We're pulling up to Genesee where you exit out of the airport. 18-wheelers coming down the street in the direction we have to go. So I hit Genesee. I make my left. I'm in the left lane. So I'm in the furthest lane. The 18-wheeler's in the middle lane, and Abu gets the luck of falling into the right lane, which would make it an easy turn to get in to the air and get into their base where we worked at. So I'm flying down the street. I have the lead. I could easily possibly win this if I don't mind jumping in front of an 18-wheeler, crossing 3 lanes of traffic, and possibly snow and ice conditions. So what do? I didn't do that. Common sense kind of kicked in. It's like, let him win. So, like I said, this should be an easy win for Abu. Abu's in the car, easy win for him. All he has to do is just make a right turn and just right through the gates. He wins the race. I would lose my pride in losing to him, but he would win the race. That didn't occur. This is what occurs. Abu is driving. He pretty much has this in the bag. He decides to get extra fancy at this point and tries to perform an e-brake turn. He tries to pull for the handbrake to slide in and then just jet through the gate. Problem with that whole little situation was Abu doesn't have a handbrake in this car. The emergency brake is on the floor. The car hits a snowbank. It jumps over a motherfucking dumpster. There's a man in the dumpster who's dumpster diving while this is happening. So all I see after the 18-wheeler passes me is his car in air. And I'm like, did I just see that? Because back on my life, I know I'm not seeing somebody's car doing a Dukes of Hazzard jump, but that's what I'm seeing. His car is in air. He hits the ground, and I pull in. And I'm like, okay, I better check, make sure they're okay. So as I go over there and talk to him, I said, what the fuck was happening? What did you happen, dude? Thick accent, Abu's like, hey, no, man, I was driving and I tried to go to the handbrake turn and I reached down and it's not there and I lost control. He loses control of the car, flies, does a little whole thing, and I'm like, dude, before you even attempt to do that, be sure you know you had that in your car, 1. 2, what would be the biggest thing that would happen to you if you lost in this race? You just lose. There was nothing really we were going to gain from it. But I said, in the heat of the moment, I guess we were both kind of thinking crazy. And I guess my crazy thoughts kind of subsided before his. Because when he did what he did, I was like, dude, you could have flew into the building. Like, literally, he jumped over a dumpster, and the way his car rotated in the air, he could have went right through the building where we were working at. So, like I said, when I saw that happen, it kind of made me think to myself, maybe we need to stop doing kind of crazy shit like that. But like I said, that whole race is just an example of some of the crazy, zany things that we did while we were working there. Because that whole race should never happen. Because, like, if you are that dumb to go 100 miles per hour in Buffalo, New York in the dead of winter in December with ice and snow on the ground, we probably deserve to die. But we didn't, thank God. God loves fools. And let's leave it at that. Peace out.